The road is empty tonight, a ribbon of asphalt cutting through an ocean of darkness. My headlights are the only stars in this grounded galaxy, piercing the black ahead. The radio hums, a low, constant static that's been my only companion for hours. Then, I see it. A figure, silhouetted against the nothingness, just standing there by the side of the road. My foot instinctively lifts from the accelerator. My heart starts a frantic drumbeat against my ribs. Against every sane instinct, I slow down, the car rolling to a stop beside the waiting shape. The back door opens and closes with a soft click. I didn't even unlock it. A chill, colder than the night air, seeps into the car, wrapping around me like a shroud. I don't turn around. I don't want to see. The figure settles in, a silent weight in the back seat. I can feel their presence, a heavy, suffocating pressure. Eyes forward, I tell myself, just keep your eyes on the road. In the rearview mirror, all I can see is a shape, a head, a face lost to the shadows. It's as if they brought the void in with them. We drive in silence for what feels like an eternity. The only sound is the hum of the engine and the soft hiss of the tires on the pavement. Then, the radio static cuts out. A clear, crisp voice fills the car, sharp and commanding. It says, "Drive faster." Don't look back. My blood runs cold. It wasn't my passenger. The voice came from the speakers, a ghost in the machine. I gripped the steering wheel, my knuckles turning white. Was this a prank, the dream? But the cold in the car is real. The silent passenger is real. I press the accelerator. The speedometer needle climbs, 60, 70, 80. The engine whines in protest, but the voice from the radio was clear. Don't look back. Just as the thought crosses my mind, a whisper comes from the back seat, dry as rustling leaves. They're behind us. The voice is hollow, devoid of emotion. My eyes flick to the rearview mirror against my will. And I see them. It's not other cars, it's shadows. Long, distorted shapes that stretch and writhe in the red glow of my taillights. They're moving impossibly fast, gliding over the road, keeping pace with the car. They're not just following, they're gaining. The figures stretch, their forms elongating into grotesque limbs that reach for the car. My heart hammers against my chest, a frantic prisoner. The car begins to shake, a violent shudder that rattles the windows in their frames. It feels like a giant hand has grabbed the chassis, trying to rip it apart. The passenger in the back leans forward, their voice now a desperate shout that cuts through the chaos. Don't stop now. I slam my foot to the floor. The pedal hits the metal with a thud. The engine roars, a scream of defiance against the encroaching darkness. The headlights flicker, threatening to plunge us into absolute black. Up ahead, the road curves sharply, disappearing into the mouth of a tunnel. A black hole in the side of a hill. There's no other way. I hold the wheel steady, aiming for that dark maw. As we plunge inside, the world changes. The roar of the engine is swallowed by echoing screams that seem to come from the very walls of the tunnel itself. The tunnel isn't empty. Shadows crawl across the curved ceiling, dripping down the walls like ink. They're all around us. Suddenly, hands black, featureless hands slam against the windshield. One after another, a frantic, silent drumming that cracks the glass. I swerve, trying to shake them off, but more appear, clawing at the side windows, their silent screams visible in the contorted shapes of their non-existent mouths. Just as I feel the car losing control, the passenger moves. He's beside me now, leaning over the console. In his hand is a knife, but it's unlike any knife I've ever seen. The blade glows with a soft, ethereal light, pulsing gently. Only this can cut them, he whispers, his voice urgent. He lunges forward and slashes at the windshield. Where the glowing blade passes, the shadows recoil, hissing like water on a hot pan. They retreat for a moment, but the tunnel itself seems to be collapsing. The entire structure shakes violently, bricks and dust raining down from the ceiling. I swerve to avoid a chunk of falling concrete, the car side scraping against the wall with a deafening shriek of metal, sending a shower of sparks into the dark. We burst out of the tunnel and back into the night. Freedom. For a second, I can breathe. I look up, expecting to see a familiar, comforting canopy of stars, but the sky is wrong. The stars are too bright, too close, and they're moving. They blink in unison, like 1,000 unblinking eyes watching my every move. They're not stars, they're observers. My brief moment of relief evaporates, replaced by a new, cosmic dread. The passenger grips my shoulder, his touch surprisingly firm, grounding me. "Final turn," he says, his voice low and steady. "Don't hesitate now. Up ahead, the road splits, a perfect fork. One path glows with a warm, inviting light, promising safety and an end to this nightmare. The other is darker than the void we just escaped. It's a tear in reality, an absolute absence of light. My gut screams at me to take the bright path, to run towards the light. But the passenger's grip on my shoulder tightens. His silent command is clear, don't hesitate. I wrench the wheel to the right, plunging the car into the darker road. The moment we cross the threshold, silence falls, absolute, deafening silence. The roar of the engine, the hiss of the tires, the frantic beating of my own heart all gone. It's like being submerged in deep, black water. We're not driving anymore, we're floating through nothing. The passenger finally turns to look at me, and for the first time, his face is clear. And my world shatters. It's me, my face, the same eyes, the same scar above the eyebrow, the same tired, terrified smile. He leans in close, his voice a triumphant whisper that echoes in the silent void. "You drove into the trap." As he speaks, the blackness around us comes alive. Shadows surge from the ground, from the non-existent road, wrapping around the car like tentacles. I fight the wheel, a useless, desperate struggle against an invisible force. The car begins to spin, tires screeching in a world that should be silent. And my reflection, my doppelganger in the passenger seat, throws his head back and laughs. A wild, manic sound that fills the emptiness. Only one of us escapes. He cackles, rage, pure and primal, surges through me. I snatch the glowing knife from his hand. He doesn't resist. His smiling face is reflected in the blade. Without a second thought, I slam the knife not into him, but into the rearview mirror. The glass shatters, but instead of shards, an explosion of blinding white light erupts outwards. The shadows scream, a chorus of agony as the light touches them, and they dissolve into ash and fire. My reflection, my other self, burns, his laughing face contorting in pain as he fades away into nothing. The car bursts through one final, invisible gate. The world comes rushing back in a dizzying cacophony of sound and color. I'm not in the car anymore. I'm tumbling onto soft grass, the scent of morning dew filling my lungs. I roll over and sit up. The sun is rising, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. It's dawn. I look behind me. The road is gone. The car is gone. There's only a peaceful meadow stretching out to a line of trees. The passenger is gone forever, but as I get to my feet, I feel a weight in my hand. I look down. The knife is still there. Its strange, ethereal glow has faded in the morning light, but it's still warm, still waiting. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more chills. We'll see you in the next one.